Hola, goat lovers. Welcome to sunny and bright southern Arizona. It's January. It's like 70 degrees. It feels like summer, and I don't feel bad about saying that. Are you enjoying the day, May? You find some shade? There's Maddie, Mayo. Cassie is chewing some cud. You want to say hi? Well, don't lick it. Cami is enjoying the day, just basking in the sun. She hopes I walk away from her so no one else will mess with her. I gotta move the fence today, get the does on some fresh browse. And Crystal thought it'd be a good idea if I walked around with this camera talking to myself and show you guys how to do that. So what we want to do is put a gate in right here, or just open this up to where they can get into that tall grass. So in theory, it's going to come right there from where about that weather's standing, right through this new tall grass, and then go all the way down there to the back corner of the yard where you really can't even see it from here. But I will walk over there and show you. You know, people are always asking if we ever bump into snakes and stuff out in the wild or here in the yard. The answer is yes. Yes, we do. So you can see all the goats kind of follow me there. They like to come out and eat when I'm out here. So where that corner is, we come about 10-12 feet off of it and then straight through that tall grass over to where I'm standing, and then go right down there to the corner. This back side over here doesn't have as much tall grass, and that's all right because they just eat the seed heads and the straw off it. But it has lots of other browse options, little clovers and, well, not clovers, but just little bushes and shrubs and all kinds of stuff. I don't know all the names of all of them, but they tend to have their favorites, and it's kind of weird, like what they were eating in the summer they aren't eating now in the winter, and what they were eating now in the winter they weren't eating in the summer. So I guess they know what they need. So here's the back corner of the yard, and it's going to go straight up there, kind of by that mesquite tree. They're putting a hurting on that tree right now. It's another reason why I have to move them. When I first started using the electric fence, we have that Premier One solar power charger thing, and it works great because you can move it all around, and I just love it. We like the look of our yard, and we didn't want to, you know, have permanent fencing up over everywhere. We just want to move it around as we need to. So when I first started with the Premier One fencing, I would weed eat where I was going to put the post, but then I just switched to using a push mower. I know that's going to make a lot of you cringe watching me push this mower over the big rocks and stuff, but it'll be all right, I promise. Alright, so I looked again, and first I am aiming to go right by that, where is it? That ocotillo right there. And then just beyond that is a prickly pear up there that we can't see yet. So I want to be on the right side of that ocotillo, then on the left side of the prickly pear when I get up there, and then about, I don't know, 15 feet off the corner of the fence, and then we're aiming the other way. Oops, sorry about that. And then we're aiming to the left side of the prickly pear right there to connect it, where I was saying. So you always want to have safety glasses and ear protection on. I like these work radio earmuffs because, you know, you can listen to good music. And you want to have one with presets. That way, if Carrie Underwood comes on, you can just press a button and change it to a different station. And then when that station plays Carrie Underwood, you can just switch back to the other station. That way, you know, you don't have to listen to Carrie Underwood. So that's faster than weed eating. You gotta walk the whole thing with a weed eater anyway. I guarantee that's faster. I just got 10 more of these stakes from the TSC and another roll of wire. What is it right there? Poly wire. 1,320 feet. And it was like 35 bucks. And these are like $2 each. I keep it all in a wheelbarrow with some other stuff that I use for fencing in this project I'm working on over there. So it's easy to move around, pretty convenient. So these come with a spot with your foot to just drive them down on the ground. And I can't believe that worked. The ground's still wet here. Normally that doesn't work for us. So I pound them in with a rubber hammer. Another thing is, wherever two sections of fence meet, put 2 stakes. And the reason for that is I will wire this fence independently from this fence, which is also independently from that fence over there. And then I will just connect it with a small piece of wire. And the reason for that is after they've eaten this off and I move them over here, I can take that fence down and I can take this fence down without having to remove this one because they're wired independently. There's another spot or two that needs a stake, so I'm gonna pound those in right quick. And I try to keep a couple extra stakes because once you have the wire all strung up on it, sometimes, especially if you're going up and down a hill, the wire kind of tells you where you need another stake to help keep it off the ground. So we are right here where I said I'm gonna open it up and let them into this tall grass and take it down on the corner. And we are ready to start tying the wire. And all I do is just wrap it around it a couple of times in a couple of places and tie it. And that's all it needs to get energized. I know that they sell connectors, but they're a few bucks to $5 each, and you're gonna need like 50 of them when you get into this. So you could just tie it. That's all I've been doing is just tying it, and I've had no trouble with it. For a reel, and I know they sell these things too, and I want one, but for now I've just been using this big cardboard thing I got out of, well, where did I get that? Came in a big roll of AstroTurf. We were doing a fake grass, a synthetic grass installation. That's where I got it. So I'm gonna set this camera down, put my work radio back on so I can work fast and get this done. So I've got my new roll. I'm going to connect it to the old roll. But I'm not going to use a connector. I'm just going to tie it in a knot. And then I'm going to take this yellow one to this white one and just tie kind of a slip knot on it. Stretch it out. I'm going to do this white one to this yellow one too. Slip knot and stretch it out. They're both the same wire. The sun just kills the color of everything, so this yellow wire will be white before we know it. And that's it. And I do it that way, so if that ends up on the bottom row, it's not dangling down and touching it, and it's got 3 points of contact, you know, so it just works. One other thing I do, wherever there's a corner, there might be any, you know, pressure from snugging up the line, is I put a concrete stake. Ideally, you'd want one bigger than this, but they're all in use, so today I'm gonna use this one. And then you want to use something that's not metal to tie it to your stake. I'm going to wrap around the stake there, if you can see that, like so. And again, this, you know, we're not tensioning this line or anything. Now you can see I got this side connected in 1, 2, 3 places, so it's going to get hot. And then I just walk the line, the whole dang thing, and I'm making sure there's no grass touching anything and the wire's not touching the ground. And that's kind of my process. I just throw it up, you know, go, 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 and know that I'm gonna come back and snug it up. This is as complicated as you make it. So it's one of those don't overthink it things. On flat ground, I use the bottom notch, and it's great. On the where it's going uphill, I need to move it up to the second. So I'm gonna raise these up. One already looks better. I don't know if that or not, but to snug it, I just kind of wrap it around the line a couple of times. Don't over tighten it. Okay, we are all good. The goats are nibbling the grass. You can see where they put a hurting on that tree, but it's a mesquite, and you can't tell from here, but they haven't eaten that bark off all the way around. That prickly pear there is actually protecting the tree from the goats, so way to go, cacti. There are no grass touching the fence. This side is ready to go. I might add a concrete stake there, but no, I'm not gonna add a concrete stake there. It's good. Literally all I had to do was to come back through, raise them up a notch where they needed it, and just kind of tighten it. I just wrap it around the notch just like that a couple of times, and you do that, you know, here and there as needed. This is a spot where the wire is telling me I need a stake here, so we'll get one. Look at that. All better. I just want to test it, make sure that it's good, and here they all come. They think it's feeding time. Ain't that right, May? You think it's feeding time? Huh, May? How about you, Dawn? And it says, let's see, don't want to zap myself, 8,000 volts. Let's go check the new corners. So here we are on the back corner, and here's where the two sections of fence are just tied together, no fancy connector. And let's just see, 8,000 volts on that one. So that one right there will wake you up. And on this side here, 8,000 volts, no connector. See that right there? That is a prickly pear needle hanging on her. That ought to be fun to go get. Hey, Maddie. Hey there, girl. She got there in your face. Ah, I got it. Looking that had been in there a while because the end was starting to dissolve. You don't have to thank me, Mayo. Somebody's biting me. Hi, Cassie. Camis, Lillie, Elsa, weather. So that's kind of it for this project. This evening, they'll graze off this little patch of grass here behind me, and first thing in the morning I'll open the gate up so they can go out and get on this new grass all the way down to the corner. But it's after 4 right now, and I still got to gather a salad and stuff. I'm kind of on dinner duty this evening. Doesn't that sound good? In the morning I'll complete the project and make sure you guys get to see how that turns out. Thanks for watching. You guys think I'm feeding you, but I'm not. It's not that time. No. Oh, wow. I mean, I bet it's all. I was just staring at the sunset and stuff, and at the last minute in the screen, it was like, it just dropped to the ground before that branch took my face off.